What's going on, guys? Before this video does start, I'd just like to announce that I recently just made and uploaded a couple of videos to my IRL/vlogging channel. Links for them to go check them out are in the description down below. It'd be really awesome if you guys actually did, because I haven't been able to upload on that channel for about 6 months now. Obviously, I haven't been able to make, the content that I've been wanting to make on that channel for, quite a while. So I have been, kind of expanding it and kind of changing the content up a little bit due to the obviously unfortunate circumstances that we've been placed in with 2020. But yeah, again, it would mean a lot to me, guys, if you guys went and gone and checked them out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, leave a like on the vids, and comment if you guys came from this channel. Of course, it would mean quite a bit to me. So if you guys would like to go check those videos out, links for them will be in the description down below. But of course, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video.
The Dallas Mavericks are expected to make even more power moves, with it currently being reported the Mavericks do expect to try and trade for a third star, and the newest third star that could be on their radar is actually going to be Chris Paul. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to talk about with you guys. This time actually currently being reported that the Mavericks have interest in trading for Chris Paul. This is all being reported by Brandon Robinson. Now, I'm not necessarily too sure if this is the perfect one, but this is definitely a player that I think would be very, very serviceable for the Dallas Mavericks, and would actually make quite a bit of sense for them to actually potentially try and trade for him. For example, the Mavericks really don't want to take their foot off the pedal. They really do want to try and continue to compete, even though Kristaps is injured and looks like he could be injured for a very long time. So they actually did make the 7th seed, nearly beat, the Clippers. I believe they actually took them to 6, where, in my opinion, they were more convincing throughout the series. I mean, the Clippers didn't seem like they were supposed to be the best team, one of the best teams in the NBA. Before Kristaps actually got injured, it looked like the Mavericks were, potentially going to actually be beating, the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, unfortunately, Kristaps did get injured, and he was absolutely insane in the playoffs, and he's going to have an injury history now for quite a bit. I mean, he's just literally like injury prone at this point. He did manage to play 57 games throughout the season on 20.4 points per game, 9.5 rebounds on 35% from 3. He was very, very good throughout the season. Definitely one of the best big men in the league throughout the whole entire season. Now, with him injured, it obviously does look like there is going to be a bit of a problem with the Dallas Mavericks. They don't actually have a second star. They've got Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., who, in my opinion, he could definitely be a nice 4th option on a team. They also have Seth Curry, Finney Smith, Dwight Powell, and Maxi Kleber, and Jalen Brunson. So a couple of really nice, good players, and Trey Burke, who was like a star in the playoffs, like he was absolutely beasting it, and Willie Cauley-Stein, Boban, Delon Wright, Justin Jackson, Courtney Lee. They've got one of the best, depths in the NBA by far. Their depth is literally so insane. Like, the fact that, their 12th in points per game average is Boban is just, that's pretty cool and pretty insane that their depth is actually really nice like that. But I definitely feel like Chris Paul could really be a nice piece for this team. For example, they do like Luka Doncic with the ball in his hand. He has, pretty much started at shooting guard, I'd say, through the whole entire season, as they've kind of, had a point guard really different throughout the whole entire time. I mean, Jalen Brunson started 16 games. I believe Trey Burke actually started a couple games in the playoffs. I could be really wrong on that. Seth Curry has, guarded the point guard position quite a bit on that 25 starts for the season. So again, they always have someone different guarding the point guard position, but it mainly does seem Luka is the main point guard and he takes the ball up the court. But if they were to actually be able to trade for Chris Paul, that doesn't really actually change, as Chris Paul is definitely one of the best off-ball point guards in the league. For example, he has had so many years now where he has had to train to be an off-ball guard. For example, when he played at the Clippers, when Eric Bledsoe started to get a little bit better, he kind of played a tiny bit off-ball with him. They both shared the point guard, duties oftentimes. But it was mainly when he got to the Houston Rockets and he played with James Harden did he really start to become one of those off-ball point guards, especially when James Harden, took the ball up the court and just really went about it like that. And then when he got to the Oklahoma City Thunder, when Dennis Schroeder, was mainly on the court, it almost looked like Chris Paul was also playing a lot of off-ball when it did come to that as well. And I definitely feel like he can definitely do that with Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. And I think that would be a really good thing. If the Mavericks continuously want to start Luka at that shooting guard position, the fact that he'll be going into only his 3rd season, which means he'll still have 2 years left on his rookie contract, which is absolutely insane. So they have so much money to spend over there in Dallas. They've obviously got Kristaps on the max. Tim Hardaway's on about $20 million, and then they've got all these role players on really nice, cheap deals. They will definitely have a lot of money to try and splurge, and I definitely feel like there is a way where they could keep Tim Hardaway, Chris Paul, Kristaps, and Luka on the same team. But I genuinely do believe they will be trading Tim Hardaway if there was a deal to be done with Oklahoma for Chris Paul. The reason I'm saying this is because they're going to want to get rid of that $20 million. And also, I still feel like they could definitely go about it by having just, Seth Curry, etc. as their main, shooters rather than Tim Hardaway. Even though Hardaway's been absolutely outstanding for the Dallas Mavericks, I still feel like there's a little bit of uncertainty there on whether or not they want him. So again, I could definitely see him being, put in the trade, and I really feel like the Oklahoma City Thunder would really like a player like Tim Hardaway on their team. So what the trade I definitely feel like would be, it's pretty clear now that OKC definitely want a 1st round pick. So what I would assume it would be Tim Hardaway, I think would definitely be in the deal. Jalen Brunson, because, he's a young point guard. He doesn't really get any, little to no minutes at all. I mean, only 17.9 minutes per game. And if they're going to want to have Chris Paul and Luka on the same team, both of those players are going to be playing a lot of minutes at point guard. Like when Chris Paul goes to the bench, then I would presume Luka would take over on guarding the point guard. So that's going to leave little to no minutes for Jalen Brunson. So he'll definitely be put in this deal, and a player OKC would really like because he is young too, of only 24 years of age. So I believe it will be Tim Hardaway, Jalen Brunson, and a 1st round pick. I definitely feel like that will get the deal done. I'm not exactly too sure if that 1st round pick will be protected or not. Look, it might be a top 10 protected pick because, again, Chris Paul doesn't have the most amount of value, and Tim Hardaway is still a player that puts up 16 points per game, will be on an expiring deal. So if they wanted to bring him back or not, they would have a lot of that, flexibility on whether or not they wanted to. They also got Jalen Brunson, who would be in this package that would be, their new backup point guard. He would actually, I definitely feel like he would start because they like Dennis Schroeder playing that backup point guard. So that would actually be really nice if they continued to have maybe, who would it be? Jalen Brunson at point guard, Tim Hardaway at shooting guard. Both of those players would start, I think, and then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would start at that small forward position. And I feel like Jalen Brunson could, up his 18 minutes per game to 20 minutes plus per game on a bigger role on OKC. So that would be a really nice move, and obviously they get that 1st round pick in. So that's the move. I feel like that makes a lot of sense. And Chris Paul, he might not be the perfect player for Dallas to get, but I still feel like he would be a great player. Imagine if that team is all healthy now. They get Kristaps back, I think, towards the end of the season. So let's just say they do. Imagine that team. So you've got Chris Paul now at point guard, Luka at shooting guard. Or, well, no, it would actually be... I would say, maybe Luka at shooting guard. Finney Smith would continue to start that small forward position like he's done throughout the season. Then you'd have Kristaps at power forward, and then Dwight Powell at center. I would most likely presume is what they would want to go with. And then off the bench, they would have, Seth Curry, Maxi Kleber, Boban, Trey Burke, Willie Cauley-Stein, Dylan Wright. Jeez, it becomes a really, really nice team over there in Dallas. And the fact is, Luka is still on his rookie deal. Kristaps' deal is a max contract, and Chris Paul, I believe, is on the, super max. So again, it would be, he doesn't exactly have the greatest contract, but I still feel like considering Luka's on the, still on his rookie deal, they could even go out and try and get another player that's on like $20 million per season. Especially, I think they need to go out and maybe get another better small forward would probably be the way. And I definitely feel like the Dallas Mavericks could really try and do it. But yeah, I feel like Chris Paul is definitely an ideal player to put alongside Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. But anyway, to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for the latest NBA news and NBA content. But also don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? Do you guys think Chris Paul would be perfect for the Dallas Mavericks? Or do you guys think there would be better options to go out and trade for? Again, I think he would be really good because he can play off ball. So it'd be kind of a perfect situation, really. Again, I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions on it all down below. But also, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlog channels. Links for them will be in the description down below. Definitely don't forget to check out my podcast as well if you haven't already. Links for all of them will be in the description down below. But as I was saying, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.